Was chief of disguise.
What all did that entail?
The office I worked in was like the Q in James Bond.
There's this article that came out in the LA Times. This article was called Lizard People's Catacomb City Hunted Underneath Los Angeles, California.
The solar panels we have now are garbage.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Tonight I got a set of videos I believe you guys are going to enjoy. So without further ado, let's get ready to check these out.
Was chief of disguise.
What all did that entail?
The office I worked in was like the Q in James Bond. We were the Q for the CIA and the intelligence community. So there were different parts of it. Whatever you needed, if you needed a bug, if you needed secret writing or a microdot or a concealment device or whatever you needed, you had to come to us and we'll put something together for you.
What's the most memorable moment from being in disguise for you?
There were a number of them, but one that has to stand out. I went to the White House and I briefed George H.W. Bush, the president at the time, while I was wearing a full face mask. So we're sitting like this close together and I'm telling him that I'm going to show him the best disguise that we have. And he's looking for a bag, like, where is it? I said, well, I'm wearing it, and I'm going to take it off. And I reached to start taking it off, and he said, stop. And he got up, and he walked, and he looked, and he looked. He didn't know it was a mask. He wasn't sure what I was wearing. He sat back down. He said, okay. So I took it off, and I was holding it up in the air so he could see it. My whole head. It had hair and a face and a neck.
So you could walk around as someone else?
Absolutely.
And that would be the disguise?
Absolutely.
That makes you wonder, how many people have you interacted with in your daily life that you do not know are wearing a mask? And if they are able to wear a mask to that extent, then all the things become even more possible if you think about it. For instance, the so-called aliens wearing a human mask and being able to walk around in society, among other things. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments below.
There's this article that came out in the LA Times. This article was called Lizard People's Catacomb City Hunted Underneath Los Angeles, California.
Interesting.
This man named Schufelt, he had developed this X-ray penetrating technology to where he could scan different rocks and stuff. He was in LA on this hill called Fort Moore Hill, and he drilled like 200 something feet down. And he's like, what the heck? There's tunnels and really big rooms. He's like, what the heck is this? He was telling someone about it, and they're like, you need to come meet someone. So he went to Arizona and he met little Chief Greenleaf. This Hopi elder said, what you just discovered is one of 3 lost cities along the Pacific coast. So it was this people group called the Lizard People. They were called the Lizard People because their idol was a lizard. But this elder was like, this was a civilization. He said they were so far advanced. He's like, he tell me more. He described the Lizard People's city being amongst these certain hills that exactly line up to where this guy found the thing.
Wow.
I always find it fascinating that whenever people claim to have found these lost cities or whatever, they never go into them or have an expedition to go and check it out with cameras and whatnot. I mean, this is a real newspaper article from, I think, from way back then, but still, like, if all this information is out there, you will figure somebody in this period of time would have been curious enough to go and take a look, or at least show that the tunnels are there, you know what I mean? But I don't know. If I had money, I would definitely hire somebody, but I would not go myself. We know better.
The solar panels we have now are garbage. And I learned this because I invented this battery. It's a specialized AGM battery that can power a small house for about 4 days without being recharged. But it can also trickle charge from solar, and then it can also rapid charge when your power comes on. It's designed for brownouts. And through this process of creating this battery, I discovered that the solar panel I was trying to utilize only had a 15% maximum conversion ratio. And I'm like, 15%? Why is this not converting at 70, 80, 90%? So I started looking. I said, maybe it's this product, or maybe it's this company I'm using. So I started looking for more solar panels. And every company I went to get solar panels, some of them were even 3%, 4%, 2%. I even found one that was 1% conversion. And I'm going, why are these panels not converting electricity? I contacted one company and they sent me the link to a government page. And basically it's a government order. And basically this bill bans the use of solar panels that can convert higher than 15%. And this has gone around the entire planet. There's no company that you can find on this planet that will give you a solar panel that actually converts power higher than 15%, which is the craziest thing I've ever seen. So they've got the boot on our neck even with the solar panels. If we can get solar panels to do what they're supposed to do at 75, 80%, all of a sudden, you know, you have all the clean energy you need. You can take a small amount of area out of Colorado where nobody's living, like a valley, and cover it with solar panels that have the right capacity for conversion, and you can power the entire United States for free.
Well, when you think about it, it's not that strange to know why they're not allowing solar panels to charge more than 12 to 15%. The reason is money. They don't want free energy because they have a monopoly on energy. So if you come out with free energy, all the big wigs that have this monopoly on oil and whatnot, they're not gonna have that anymore. Nobody's gonna need it. Because think about it: if you have solar panels that could recharge a battery at least 75%, you could practically run a battery while charging it and not lose power. So yeah, it's all about the money.
This very strange video is circulating the internet of what's supposed to be this very strange phenomenon happening in the middle of the ocean. A couple of people inside of a boat captured it on camera. I'm going to show you guys the entire video. Some people are relating this to underwater volcanoes, but I'm not exactly sure if this is the case. I'm going to show you guys the video. You tell me what you think is going on here. Check this out. Pay attention, look at the size of this thing. Look at this over here. What's going on here, guys? What is your take?
Could be a bunch of things. Could be an ancient turtle, like in the Never-Ending Story, coming out of the ocean. Could be tectonic plates, it's pushing the ground back up. Could be a volcano spewing lava and forming a new island. Whichever one of those it is, it's just amazing that they were there and they were able to capture the footage as it was happening.
Okay, I might be reaching, but what's going on here on Etsy? Why are these children's paintings so high? And why is there multiple of them, including one labeled pizza oil painting? Not to mention AI-generated pictures of kids eating wings and pizza, going for around 3 to 4K, and even pictures of pizza for 3K. And there's this one labeled coming soon for 51K, and the person's name is Earth's Dark Author. I'm not saying anything is going on here, but let me know what y'all think is going on here.
You know exactly what I think is going on there. I think they're just doing the same thing the Wayfair was doing back in the day, where they were putting names of children on furniture and selling it for thousands of dollars, and those names happen to match missing children's names. In this case, they're using paintings in order to move their merchandise, let's say. These people are just disturbed and disgusting.
There's glitter in toothpaste. A person did this with the toothpaste and it started shining in her hand.
I think it might be, bro.
Yeah.
I think it might.
There's a whole conspiracy about that.
The glitter conspiracy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because they still don't know how, there's so
How
much
glitter is made.
Yeah, there's so much glitter.
Yeah.
There's so many companies that do it, but they have an excess for product.
Yeah.
So they're only really using it in arts and crafts, material, paint. But why is there so much? But there's a huge excess, and people think it's because they're putting in other products that we don't.
So there was a shortage, and then a reporter, he's like, okay, I'm gonna try and figure out why. So he goes to there's only 2 big, I think, manufacturers that produce glitter, and he has to hire up, oh, could we get a tour?
Yeah.
He's like, no, fam. And then he's like, you can't even be in the room next to it and hear how glitter is made.
What the fuck?
So that's what the fuck?
It's on some, Futurama?
Yeah,
It's
bro.
on some Futurama.
Yeah, you can't even hear
the
it.
creature.
Yeah.
It is weird that they don't let anybody know what glitter is made of. I'm pretty sure there are documents and documentaries on how glitter is made, but is it really the true story? Because when that reporter went in there, they did not let him see any of the process on how they were making it, what they were doing, how the whole thing was supposed to be made, how they were going about it, like, you know, from source material to end product. Like they did not let them see anything at all. Then I think they didn't even let them inside the factory itself. So are they hiding something? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think.
The death of Anthony Bourdain never sat right with me, so let's take a look into it. Anthony Bourdain was a famous American chef, an author, and a travel documentarian. And Anthony was most well known for his Travel Channel show, Anthony Bourdain No Reservations, where he traveled the world and ate some of the best food on the planet. Anthony got his education at the Culinary Institute of America, where he graduated in 1978. And in the 90s, Anthony became an executive chef at a high-end restaurant in New York City. So, needless to say, with all of this media, all the books that he had written, articles, the shows he had hosted, Anthony Bourdain was a beloved national figure. Now, obviously, with all the shows he hosted, books he wrote, media appearances he made, Anthony Bourdain was a beloved public figure. That's why it was such a shock when he took his own life while filming for a new show in France. So June 2018, Anthony's filming this show in France, and his friend Eric notices that he's acting weird. And in between filming, Anthony missed dinner and then breakfast. That's when his friend Eric began to grow concerned. They then performed a welfare check on Anthony in his hotel room, and they discovered that he had taken his own life by hanging. Now, according to reports that were done after Anthony's death, this was allegedly an impulsive act. Now, Anthony was a very outspoken critic of the way the world was. He was a vocal advocate against sexual harassment in the entertainment industry. He frequently discussed how much he hated racism. And he was a prophet for peasant foods, as he called them, or cheap foods in foreign countries. Now, to this day, people don't know exactly why Anthony decided to take his life that day. But some people have theorized, and this is just a theory, that it had to do with his girlfriend, Asia Argento. Now, it was well known that Anthony was really invested in his relationship with Asia. But some have claimed afterwards that this relationship was mutually open. And in the weeks before Anthony's death, Asia had appeared in press photos with another man at the Cannes Film Festival. Anthony Bourdain had also become known as the Sid Vicious of the culinary world. And earlier on the day that Anthony took his own life, Asia posted a cryptic Instagram story. She was wearing a Sid Vicious shirt that said "fuck everyone" on it. And she wrote on the story, "You know who you are." About 3 hours after this story was uploaded to Asia's Instagram, it was announced that Anthony had been found dead. And she quickly then deleted the photo, and she immediately went into PR mode and claimed that the story was about Harvey Weinstein, who she was speaking out against at the time. And she then went on to claim this open relationship thing and stated that she loved Anthony and missed him so much.
Right.
Now, a lot of people have come out and been very skeptical about Asia's claims. They said that the two's relationship was extremely volatile, that Anthony was deeply unhappy with the open relationship status, and that he almost felt embarrassed by her. Keep in mind, at around the same time Asia was speaking out about Harvey Weinstein, she had been accused herself of assaulting a 17-year-old boy in a hotel room. There are, once again, like I've said before, a lot of conspiracy theories regarding Anthony Bourdain.
I don't know. That sounds kind of weird to be a self-deletion, especially with that post that she did and instantly deleted it and went into PR mode. That sounds to me like she knows something she's not telling. But you guys let me know in the comments what you think happened. I wanted to thank each and every one of you for all the likes and all of you who have subscribed. We're almost at 100 subscribers in a matter of a month. I also want to thank each and every one of you that have left comments. I just want to let you know that I highly appreciate it, and let's keep it going. Let's get this to 1,000. Keep leaving those comments, keep hitting those likes, keep subscribing. Again, I appreciate it. That's it for tonight. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace out.